fun. On your LinkedIn profile, you'd mentioned that you're charged with designing and improving the customer experience at Party City. What does this mean to you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it means that kind of the buck stops here if you have a bad experience. So, and that's the stores, that's online, and that's where it's more than just the way that I, take it on is that it's more than simply like when you come into a store, it's more than just being pleasantly greeted and offered assistance. It's about trying to get beyond and trying to get to what we were just talking about, which is like, what is really the problem that we're looking to solve? What is the pain point? And so we do a ton of customer journey mapping of all the different customer journeys that people can take, whether it's partially digital, all digital, no digital, that it's all brick and mortar, and that starts even before they even think about a Party City. It's like way early on, like, oh, wait, my kid's birthday's coming up. Oh, like, I think I should have a dinner party. Like, I was thinking the other day, I was like, oh, I love the Kentucky Derby. We should do a Derby party on May 1st. Okay. I should think about that. What should I do? So I went on the site and but some people don't go to I go to our site to start the inspiration, but some people might go to get inspired, or they might be on Pinterest and see something and then simply be inspired just because that's where they were. And so my job as the kind of the chief experience officer, I think the chief marketing officer is probably more, most people kind of get that because that's been around a long time. But the experience officer, is like, how do I help get way early before they even think about us? And how do we help to make that experience enjoyable the whole way through? Because let's face it, if you were to look at the emotional scale of that journey, not just we look at it very quantitatively, like what are the steps? Where do people fall off? Where do they like go here versus go there? So we look at it very quantitatively. But if you were to look at it on a pure emotional scale of like, oh, like there's a part that's exciting. Like they see pictures of things like, that's cool. I want it. That's great. And then it's like, well, I got to start to like, let me put some things on a list of things I'd like to do. And then it's like, that's, that can be kind of fun. And then it's like, well, now I got to start to like plan it, like who and when, and like, what about like if it rains or what if, and then suddenly it's like stressful, right? And then it goes into this valley of death, right? Of like you're talking about a party, but it's like the worst. You're like, oh my God, like what if it falls apart? What do I do if somebody doesn't like, somebody's a vegan and I'm offering like kielbasa or like, I mean, like, so you got all these things, right?
Yeah.
Kid's got a nut allergy and then there's like a nut in this cookie and oh my God. So you go through these things and then it's like, then the celebration, and it's like, oh, and then like, oh, I get to take pictures of it and share it with people and look what a rock star I am. And like, yay, but then I got to clean up and then it's like, oh, like, so do that.
It is peaks and valleys, truly.
Right. My goal is to make that whole thing happy. Like, I don't want those valleys. I want them all up here all the time. How do you like, and that's a big, so as an experience, that's the deal. And it doesn't matter where they are, how do I do that? How can I help to do that? And again, I say because it's like, it's me doing it.
The royal
I hire only the smartest people. Like I could go away and this thing would go because I hire the best people. They are the brilliant ones behind me and they're making all this stuff happen. But that's our quest. This is what gets us up, is how do we think through all those phases and make that the ultimate positive all the way through.